Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the PrepZone. I'm Rhett Sharp. We're here at LV McGinty Stadium in Slidell for a boys soccer matchup this afternoon between the Slidell Tigers and the Pope John Paul Jaguars. Pope John Paul just not too far away. These two teams know each other very well, and it should be a good matchup. We're going to find out real soon here in the PrepZone. Pre-game with Coach Alt. Coach, let's talk about the Slidell team you got going and what they've done in the offseason and how you started off the season so far.
We had quite a few players play some club ball, so we didn't need to condition too much. Got a lot of new faces this year. We got 9 freshmen, pretty junior-laden team. A couple seniors, but mostly juniors and sophomores. So.
And I just talked to Coach Clavier briefly, and I spoke to him about the familiarity between the two teams. Talk about that a little bit. These two teams know each other pretty well as far as being friendly on club level and whatnot.
Yeah, we know each other pretty well. Yeah, a lot of the kids play together at the clubs. We went to the Piney Woods tournament in Covington a few weeks back, and Coach and I had a good talk. He said his team's rebuilding this year a little bit, but they're still a pretty strong team. So we got a good game ahead of us.
And do you think of your team as more of an offense or a defensive-minded kind of team?
Our strength is our midfield. We have a very good defense. Our offense is very fast, very physical. We're having a problem finishing this year. That's our weakness right now.
Pre-game with Coach Clavier. Coach, I know it's early in the season, but tell the viewers at Channel 13 what your team, how they've done in the offseason and what you've done early on in the season to start.
Yeah, we've been struggling a bit with possession. We've been pushing to possess the ball more, not be as direct in our play. However, we're struggling a bit. We don't have a lot of club players, so we've got to teach the basic skills, and that's leading to a bit of a challenge early in the season. Of course, we're a small school. We're playing a lot of bigger schools, just like tonight, and it gives us a challenge. So the boys are reacting pretty well to it, and we're missing one of our star players for the first half of the season due to injury, and that's the boys are working on their confidence without him. So it's going well. It's getting there.
And talk about briefly, I know both teams are really located pretty close to one another. There's some familiarity there for sure. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, for the kids that do play club ball, they know each other. They play on the same team together. Those are their teammates, so there is familiarity there, which is good and bad. They'll know a little bit of each other's nuances and a little bit of their tendencies. But, yeah, the proximity, these are kids that go to church together and hang out together and know each other. So there'll be that friendly rivalry, which we look forward to. That's why we schedule them every year.
And this one is underway. McClellan pass backward to Zamora, over to Jose Lara, up the far sideline. Slidell, a slow attack early. Nathan Swally tries to cut it off, can't do it. Ball up to Burgoyne. And there goes Alfredo Laredo out of bounds. Jaguar throw in. Pope John Paul, Slidell Tigers. I'm Rhett Sharp. You are in the prep zone. Boys soccer. Perfect weather tonight, folks. And there's Slidell. McClellan gets taken down, no whistle. Be gathered in by Chandler Brown. Burgoyne and John Leonard get tangled up. And that is a whistle. Looked like Leonard was really trying to hustle through that ball on Burgoyne on the ground. Referee comes in, tells everybody to chill out for half a second. And there's the kick. Sails all the way through the field, out of bounds in this near corner. It's going to be a Jaguar throw-in. Big throw-in. And Parker Autry, goalkeeper for the Tigers, comes out with authority, grabs that ball. Jaguar throw into Brendan Cappy. Looking for Nathan Swally. Swally gonna go ahead and take this throw in. Pretty quick start for both teams. A little back and forth action. This is Pat McClellan, the captain of the Slidell Tigers, on a run. He's got a couple of options, left or right. He gets tangled up. That's good defense from Nguyen. Nope, referee's gonna call a whistle. A little bit of a difficult challenge. Gonna have a free kick from about 35 yards out. Gonna be a set piece for the Tigers. First one of the night. Pat McClellan doing some good work down there for the Tigers. Got a defender making a run, you can see. And that's Connor Mellorin, goalkeeper for Pope John Paul, comes out, snags that one. Zamora. Laredo. The ball gathered in by Logan Klotz. Logan Klotz is the leading scorer for Pope John Paul, only an 8th grader. Strong player for Coach Clavier. It's going to be a Tiger throw in. On that far sideline, Marvin Zamora, excuse me. That's a good ball. Almost won by Klotz. Good defense there from Jose Lara. Zamora up to McClellan, cut off by Nguyen. And he's going up the line out of bounds. Coach Clavier knocks it down. Slidell throw in. And that ball just banged forward. Nobody gets a head on it. Allowed to bounce. Cade Dixon going to switch fields. Looking for Tyler Blakeman. Tiger throw in. They're going to. A couple of nice passes. Zamora. It's a good through ball. Gets it back. And Slidell working it up the field. McClellan now. And that was close. Zamora stays on it. And that's good defense from Pope, but Pat McClellan. And the ball eventually cleared out and out of bounds by the Jaguars. McClellan with the throw in all the way across the field to Alfredo Laredo. He's making a run. Burgoyne decides not to use Laredo, and they're going to back it up. I really like what Slidell's doing now. They're showing a lot of patience, a lot of skill. But here comes Pope on the counterattack. And that is run down by Laura. He's that left back position for the Tigers. And that ball went out of bounds. As you can see in that far corner, Pope throw in. Good turn from Swally. Wow, and there's a lot of physicality here early. You know, I talked about it with both coaches. These two squads are familiar, you know, with one another as far as, you know, on the field play. They've come up through rec leagues, club level. That is a good get from Parker Autry. McClellan on the move. Good give and go. McClellan kind of overran that a little bit. Pope able to gather it up. Taken by Laredo. Cleared eventually by a Jaguar player out of bounds. It's a good shot of Logan Klotz. Nice touch on the throw and a little mishandle, but Klotz able to gather it. He's going to cross it to his right. And that ball is cut off. A little miscommunication from the Tigers. But pretty good defense there. And here we go. Klotz with the give and go. He's looking for his right forward. A little too much pace on that ball. It goes out of bounds. You can see Luna going to pick that up and throw it in. Oval Garcia gives it right back. Pope John Paul steals, and there's a shot. John Leonard going to give it a go. A little ambitious. Good punt from Autry. Man, all the way across midfield. Pope finally settles the ball, sends it back up the line. Zamora to Jose Lara. He's going to weave through a couple of Jaguars. Almost a good look from Dylan Groh. Nice turn. Zamora. That ball is booted up by Cade Dixon, out of bounds. Nice through ball to McClellan, who splits defenders, stays with it. Will lay it off for Alfredo Laredo. McClellan still making a run. Gonna put it back in the box. Laredo cuts off McClellan. And that's gonna be against Pat McClellan, the captain, in the box, going Pope John Paul's way. That ball shielded pretty well by the Jaguar defense. Klotz can't hang on to it. Tiger throw in Christian Burgoyne up the line for Alfredo. Alfredo Laredo.
Drew will tell you what's going on.
Rotate him quickly. Gonna lay it off for Klotz. Klotz, big throw in. A little back and forth in the center of the field. McClellan. Leonard runs through it, can't stay with it. And here goes McClellan. And he's definitely got some options. He had a little bit of room to run there. He elected to pass it. And that was good. That was a good play from Connor Mellerin to come off his line and pick that up. Luca Kachura. Klotz, little give and go. That's good defense from the Tigers. Might have been a handball. And that is right outside the box. Very dangerous area. Jaguars with an opportunity here to make something happen. Looks like Andrew Arata. Tigers have to give Andrew 10 yards. Referee gonna step that off. Make sure they stay there, they keep their distance. And this is a great opportunity for Pope John Paul in the 12th minute of the first half. Arata tries to weave it through to Klotz, and it just sails through the back line for a goal kick for the Tigers. Slidell 3-2-2 on the season. Pope John Paul 3-7-0. A little bit of sportsmanship there. This is Cade Dixon. A little bit of a battle going on there. Won by the Tigers. Kachura tried to find Tyler Blakeman, out of bounds. Oval Garcia gets taken over. Slidell wins the ball back briefly, and then Klotz trying to turn it, going to cross it in. Well defended from Zamora. And here come the Tigers. No, Klotz overruns Burgoyne. That's a good ball offside. Wow. Had to be close. Offside is the call. And both teams have had a few nice runs early to start the match. This is pretty typical of a soccer match when, you know, you start out, it's both teams really trying to figure out what they want to do with the ball as far as, you know, passing and spacing, finding some channels. Good goal kick from Autry. Couple of nice moves from Arata. And ball cut off. Chris Cooper. Oh, dangerous ball. Devin Borner had an opportunity, and the Tiger was able to deflect it away from the box. And again, that ball played out for Klotz. He's going to put it right back in towards the goal. Pope John Paul trying to switch. Kichura gets taken off the ball, and this is McClellan. Nice move. He slips, stays with it. And that is a good piece of defense from John Leonard. McClellan up to Garcia. The Tigers looking for Dylan Groh. Can't find him. Quickly back in play. Burgoyne trying to find McClellan. Cut off, and here comes Pope. Too much pace on that touch. Jose Lara to Burgoyne. Nathan Swally shuts it down. Slidell Tiger throwing up the line. Going to be a Tiger throw-in. This is Gage Larson. He's going to pass the ball off to Marvin Zamora. Zamora gets it right back. Runs through Nathan Swally, and then the Jaguar defense staying strong back there. And we've got a whistle. Out of bounds is the call. Throw into McClellan. Good job from Connor Mellerin. Saw that ball, came off his line, picked it up. There's the punt. A little bit of back and forth in the middle of the field. Out of bounds, off the foot of Alfredo Laredo. Cade Dixon steps up, throws it in. It was a good look from Nathan Swally, but it was overtaken by a Slidell Tiger. McClellan, far sideline. Goes around Tyler Blakeman. John Leonard. McClellan, again with room. Laredo centers. And nobody there but a Pope John Paul defender. That's good work from Luca Katura. Nathan Swally up the line, cut off. And we'll have a Slidell Tiger throw in after a couple of substitutions. Laredo going to take a break. In comes Evan Barbeau. The ball cut off. John Leonard. Finds Tyler Blakeman up the right side. He's looking for Kalot. And Parker Autry comes out and grabs that ball out of the air. Going to roll it forward for Gage Larson. Nice turn from Marvin Zamora. Zamora stays with it. Good defense from Grasafa. Luca Katura out of bounds. Quick throw in back to McClellan. Step over. Katura. Zamora. It's a good pass, well received from Burgoyne. He finds Barbeau, and that's cut off by Batto. Pardon me, that's number 17, Nguyen, and he gets taken down. And that's going to be a penalty. Ball taken from Arata, surveying the field. Burgoyne to Barbeau. McClellan. McClellan with space. Oh, just misses Barbeau. Well, cut off by Pope John Paul. This is Cade Dixon. He's got plenty of room. Looking for Blakeman up the side. Now here come the Tigers again. This is a lot of back and forth action here in the first half. And that is taken in by Mellerin. In the 21st minute, still 0-0. Pope John Paul Jaguars, Slidell Tigers. Clot. Nice defensive work from Jose Lara. Phoenix Allen. Clot looking to turn it. Find some room. Wow. Laura and Clot have a collision there in the corner. And this is Clot with a big throw in. And this is a weapon for the Jaguars. Wow, all the way to Parker Autry, who again snags it out of the air. Good play. And Autry going to survey the field. Here comes the punt. High punt. Takes a big bounce. Dylan Groh to McClellan. And that's a good turn from Arata. Here comes Garcia. Taken off the ball by Blakeman. And that's going to be a whistle. Pretty physical matchup tonight. Quick restart. Grow centers. There's a shot over the crossbar. Jaguar goal kick taken by Andrew Arata. Another substitution from Slidell. Nice kick across midfield. Larson out of bounds. Gonna have Devin Borner for the Jaguars throw it in. Good run from Cade Dixon all the way across the field to Blakeman. You can see in the edge of your screen, Devin Borner was calling for the ball. Goes out of bounds. Jose Lara with the throw in backwards to Chris Cooper. Good recovery from Andrew Arata. He kind of misjudged that ball a little bit, and now the Jaguars putting together a little bit of a run here. We've got Klott with a through ball, and that's cut off. Well done from Chris Cooper. Irvin Luna. Christian Burgoyne. Luna now. Oval Garcia will give and go, trying to find his teammate up the far sideline. Can't do it. Pope John Paul looking to jumpstart their offense. And this has been pretty much a midfield battle for the first 25 minutes or so of the first half. And Coach Alt, the Slidell boys coach, he did say before the game that the strength of his team was in the midfield, but they had trouble finishing. And he was right. I mean, they've had opportunities. Seems as though they can't quite find, Pat McClellan's had a lot of runs where they had a couple of options and they just couldn't quite get the right foot on it. Laura and Blakeman tangle up over on the other side of the pitch, and we're going to have a Pope John Paul throw in. Borner gets taken off the ball. Pope John Paul very active, but so is Slidell. So, the momentum for either team has been pretty equal. Logan Klotz correctly calls a Pope John Paul throw-in. He's got the big throw-in across the field, and that's good defense from Gage Larson. The ball rolls out of bounds for Cade Dixon. Again, the score 0-0, 26th minute, first half. Slidell Tigers, Pope John Paul at LV McGinty Stadium. I'm Rhett Sharp, and this is boys high school soccer. And this is going to be the first corner kick of the match, taken by Luca Katura for Pope John Paul. Let's see if he can swing this one into something fortuitous for the Jaguars. Good ball, far post, well defended from Slidell. Brendan Cappy takes it in. Slidell looking to counterattack, cut off. Lara. This is Oval Garcia out of bounds. He was trying to find Roberson, I believe. There's Roberson right there. Luca Katura has been pretty steady is a midfielder for Pope John Paul tonight. He puts it out of bounds. Ball's a pretty good amount of time out of bounds on that far sideline tonight. Always seems to find the bench side of the field and go out of bounds. Good ball from Logan Klotz. Slidell there to defend it. Zachary Grasafa. Couple of moves to Devin Borner. He gets taken off the ball. Blakeman and Phoenix Allen. Blakeman, nope, going to be a Slidell Tiger throw in. '29th minute now. First half has been just a whole lot of, again, back and forth in the midfield. Offense not really there for either team as far as finishing goes or shots. Coutura gets blocked. That ball taken in by Arata. That's a couple of good moves. There's a slick field out there. Tiger defense standing pretty strong. Coutura trying to find the corner, and Blakeman can't do it. Laura shields the ball and will pick it up out of bounds for Parker Autry to throw in. Neither team, to me, really looking like they are finding many opportunities to score. I think that's going to change at some point. Autry looks for Laura with the short goal kick. Grasafa, and Parker Autry scoops the ball up. Really no problems for Autry tonight. Gonna switch fields. And that's a good pass up for Dylan Groh, and then it's ushered out of bounds by Swally. It's a good shot on your screen of Cade Dixon. Dixon looking for Klotz. Klotz gets taken off the ball, gets it right back. Nice move. And then just good defense from the Tigers. Logan Klotz, no room. Jose Lara. And the referee's gonna have a little talk about something, who knows what. Here we go, back in play. Blakeman calling for the ball. He can't get it. Klotz just content to pass it back to his defense. And Nguyen going to restart this offense for the Jaguars. Cut off from Zamora and out of bounds near the Tiger bench. Kind of an awkward throw in from Pope John Paul there, but good footwork from Grasafa. Zamora tries a heel flick, ends up with the ball. And there's Zamora out to Groh. Dylan Groh, a lot of room. Cut off by John Leonard. Here goes Evan Barbo. A couple of Tigers making a run. Barbo elects to keep it. And he is in a foot race with Leonard. Barbo runs all the way across the field. And eventually is cut off by Grasafa. Garcia over to Groh. Nice pass to Luna. And then Pope John Paul defense just staying in there, not allowing the Tigers to kind of breathe and let that let their passing game dictate their offense. Pope John Paul is just all over it right now. Slidell needs to go ahead and pull the trigger, get a couple shots off. Wow, physical play in the center of the field. Swally and Roberson out of bounds. Slidell Tiger throw in. Tiger throw in the 33rd minute. Grow. Good ball up to Mason Corwin. He gives it a go. Gonna be a goal kick. Pope John Paul content to take their time. Possession pretty evenly split between the two teams tonight in the first half. Again, shots not taken. It's like both teams are trying to create the opportunities, but then can't finish, and that's exactly what Coach Alt said before the game. But it's happening to Pope John Paul as well. I think that they need to just let loose in the second half, and it'll be a different game. Take a few shots. The referee's is telling John Leonard to put the ball down. There was a whistle. A little bit of physical play. Andrew Arata. Hand up. There's the kick. Trying to find Klotz. That ball deflected off of Blakeman. Finally settled by Grasafa. That's a good ball from Blakeman. Autry comes out. And we've got a whistle. Be an offside or a. No, it's going to be a Pope John Paul kick. The Jaguars get another free kick right outside the box. They've already had one of these tonight. This is going to be Luke Katura. Going to line this up. A lot of the Tigers go back in a defensive posture. Katura sends that one backwards to Grasafa. No problem for the Slidell Tigers. It's going to be a Jaguar throw-in. Zach Grasafa. Now the referee's going to have a little bit of time. I think they're talking a lot down there. Referee wants to kind of quiet that down before it gets out of hand. That's good refereeing. You know, again, familiarity breeds contempt a lot of times. These two squads, like I've talked about a couple times in the broadcast, know each other, I'm sure. And, you know, there's probably a little bit of verbal sparring going on down there. Quick kick from the Tigers. Zamora can't handle it. Goes through the foot of Grow also. John Leonard tries to shield it away from Barbo. Eventually wins the ball and gets it up to Klotz, who tries to find Blakeman and can't do it. Off the foot of Swally as well, and the Tigers eventually come up with the ball, and Zamora to Grow. Grow stays with it, nice speed. Barbeau keeps it alive for the Tigers. Barbeau splits defenders for McClellan, who sends it back to Zamora. And that ball is eventually kicked out of bounds by Swally. We'll have Marvin Zamora gather it up and throw it in. First half nearing completion. We're in the 37th minute now. The ball tried to square up. Tigers couldn't do it, nobody there. There's a foot race with Klotz. The ball taken back to Autry over to Alfredo Laredo. And the Tigers try a little give and go, and it's cut off by Swally. Klotz It's good defense from the Tigers. Here comes Dylan Groh. Going to square it to Zamora. Nice move, but cannot get past John Leonard. And Leonard wins the call. Zamora a little physical. Arata. And the Slidell defense again. Bend but don't break is the rule. Zamora looks for Groh. He's got room. Leonard and Groh on a foot race. Going to lay it off for Barbeau. And that is just good defense from Katura. And here comes Cade Dixon and the Jaguars. Zamora able to take it away, give it to Groh. McClellan now. Cannot get around the Jaguar defense. That ball won by Nathan Swally up the line, and then the speed of Phoenix Allen. And the Jaguars have another opportunity here. Pretty close to the box, a little bit further out. Now this is probably a set piece they've worked on. Tigers gonna set up a wall. Autry gonna direct traffic back there. Jaguars, this is their third kick from a pretty good distance. I mean, this is scoring distance if you're Pope John Paul. This is where you want to put the ball in the net. There's only so many opportunities. I think one of the Slidell players got a yellow card, and he's going to have to trot off the field just for a few moments. But yeah, it's been pretty chippy out there, and I think that's the result. Couldn't tell who it was exactly. It happened after the play, and that's why we are in a little bit of a delay now as the referees kind of put together their thoughts. But as soon as the whistle blows, we're going to have a kick. And see, the shot wasn't taken, but Pope John Paul stays with it, and that is a good ball in the box from Katura. And that's the best opportunity of the night so far, but still no shot was taken. That's a good ball over the goal. Pope John Paul fans really thought that was going to be something, and it looked as though the Jaguars were going to get on the board there, but Parker Autry stayed with it, and it eventually goes over the crossbar. We're officially in stoppage time now. We're in the 41st minute here of the first half. 0-0 is the score, and it's been a defensive battle for sure with not a lot of shots. That ball knocked down by Barbeau, and that's the first half in the books here. Slidell Tigers and Pope John Paul Jaguars, 0-0 in Slidell.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports, fine arts, and learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
Second half underway. Kickoff from Swally. McClellan squares up to Dylan Groh. And we've got our first out of bounds of the second half. The score 0-0 if you're just joining us. We are in Slidell, LV McGinty Stadium. A lot of fans out here for this one. These two teams are, schools I should say, are pretty close together. So a lot of parents, a lot of students to catch this one. And wow, big run out from Kyler Mellerin, to come out and grab that ball before Pat McClellan could get to it. McClellan going to leave it to Zamora. And that's good defense. Not quite cleared from Katura. Zamora looking to make a run here. A couple of nifty moves. McClellan slips. Evan Barbo. And there's a shot well over the bar, and it's good. That is encouraging for Slidell to start taking some shots. Apparently we only have one ball on the field because Mellerin's having to run back and get that back in the swamp behind the goal there. Grant Yenny with the camera work tonight. Good job. Mellerin comes up with 2 soccer balls, so I guess there was one hiding back there, and we're going to have the goal kick now from Arata. It's a low ball taken in by Justin Deslat. That ball slips through the entire Slidell defense. Eventually gathered in by Chris Cooper. And that's good work. That far sideline from the Jaguars. Zamora sends it up to Groh. Groh gets it back. And then it's taken by Nguyen. Tigers still on the ball now. McClellan. It's tangled up with Leonard. Groh lays it off for Deslat. Marvin Zamora, really the midfield catalyst for the entire Tiger offense. He's had a lot of touches tonight. Andrew Arata kind of knifes through a couple of players, ends up kicking the ball out of bounds. Tigers with a throw in up the line. Immediately redirected. And Zamora, who else, gathers it. Here comes McClellan. Blakeman. Klotz, the 8th grader, leading scorer for this Jaguar team, ends up winning it and then taking off the ball nicely by Irvin Luna. Zamora can't find anybody in the middle of the field, and that ball is just booted into Jaguar territory. Deslat now going to slow the pace, just drop it off for one of his midfield or backs. Gets it back. Going to center it. Oval Garcia over to Groh. Looking for McClellan. It's cut off by Katura and out of bounds. It's going to roll to the near side. Irvin Luna going to bounce this and throw it in to McClellan. Right to his feet. McClellan tries to turn. Good job, a little give and go. Chip over the top, can't find McClellan, cut off by the Jaguars. Here comes the counterattack. Nice defensive stop from Chris Cooper, who turns it back up the line to Zamora. Going to lay it off. The Tigers going to reset now. Blakeman Goes off the outside of his right foot and back out of bounds to Irvin Luna. Chested down by Garcia. Luna tried to get it to Zamora. And this is a little bit more of the same kind of action that we had in the first half. A lot of passes. Both teams really want to win that possession game for sure. But if we're going to win, we gotta score. And there's just not a lot of shots being taken tonight. This ball going to be given to Brendan Cappy and then cut off and out of bounds. Going to be a Pope John Paul throw in. Cappy. Stays in bounds. No, it doesn't. Irvin. Back to Laura. Up the line to Garcia, who tries to square it, and he does. McClellan backs it up. Zamora distributes up to Groh. A couple of nice moves from Groh back into McClellan. And McClellan has Garcia. Gets taken off the ball by the Pope defense. Blakeman and Zamora. Middle of your screen. McClellan slips, but stays with it. McClellan with a shot. Wow. Pat McClellan pulls the trigger on the Pope John Paul goalkeeper, Connor Mellerin, just off the mark. Gonna be a goal kick. Arata back there to send this one up. Pope John Paul playing the give and go. Klotz over to Blakeman. Blakeman sends it up. Tries to get to Swally. Swally picks it up, quick throw in up the line to Blakeman, who heads it into the box. There's Klotz. And that's just good defense from Chris Cooper. Wow, Cooper there to clear that ball, which clearly was going into the back of the net for the Jaguars. Missed opportunity for Pope John Paul. And the Pope John Paul fans know it. Slidell Tigers win the goal kick. And that was the closest that we've had to a goal tonight. And it was close. Connor Mellerin boots it out of bounds. Coach Alt picks it up. Pope tries to go back to work. Here comes Pat McClellan. See if they can get that quick turnaround. Can the Tigers? It's stopped momentarily by Pope John Paul. That's a good run from Fionn Nguyen. Garcia over to Groh. Zamora. And that ball slips through Evan Barbo's feet. Brendan Cappy going to wait for the substitution to come in. And here we go. Tyler Blakeman and Pat McClellan staying with it. McClellan ends up with the ball. Groh, he's got room to run. John Leonard cuts off the angle. Well done from the Pope defender. Zamora to Garcia. McClellan plenty of room. Kicks it out to Grow, who got to believe that ball went kind of awkwardly off his foot. We'll call it a shot, but it wasn't on target. Not many tonight have been. So we are at a real stalemate right now. 0-0 the score. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Slidell Tigers, Pope John Paul Jaguars. We are in the second half, 11th minute of the second half, still no score. And it's a Jaguar throw-in right in front of the bench on that far sideline. Headed up in the air. Klotz takes the ball off the face. No big deal. Soccer toughens you up for sure. Zamora. Big ball up the line for Deslat. Can't get to it. Pope John Paul throw in. Garcia. It's good defense. McClellan ends up winning the ball back for the Tigers. Tries to make a run to the corner. And again, Marvin Zamora there to clean it up for the Tigers like he has all night long. McClellan and John Leonard trying to battle for the ball. Out of bounds again. Zamora. Nutmeg. And Zamora tries to split defenders. He tried to split both Swally and Cappy. And he did, but the ball stayed and he was fouled. So we're going to have Pat McClellan serve this ball into the box. Let's see if the Tigers can make something happen. Here's a nice ball in the box. He's got a man. Connor Mellerin, no problem. Sends it forward for the counterattack. Good ball up the line. That ball stays in bounds. And this is a good opportunity quickly for Klotz. Shot. There it is. Pope John Paul takes the lead 1-0 off the foot of their leading scorer, Logan Klotz. And that was a quick counter strike. And it paid off for the Jaguars, who score in the 14th minute. Pardon me, the 54th minute of the second half. And just like that, folks, it's 1-0. The Jaguars have been battling all game with the Tigers and finally come up with a shot on frame. Let's see if the Tigers can answer. Possession, wow, that's a foul. Yeah. Zamora's going to get booked. There is a yellow card for Marvin Zamora. And he's going to have to sit out for a little while. So it just goes from bad to worse real quick for the Slidell Tigers as the Jaguars score. And then Marvin Zamora, who, in my opinion, is their best ball distributor, gets booked. So this is Andrew Arata now. Another great opportunity for the Jaguars. About 25, 27 yards out. Here we go. There's a shot. No problem for Parker Autry. The Tigers have to show a little bit more urgency now. They're down by a goal. Let's see if they can make it happen. Good defense from the Jaguars again. Pope John Paul's been strong all night long. And that's Christian Burgoyne just content to hit that ball out of bounds. Cappy steps to the line. A mishandle there from Oval Garcia. Cappy again. Going to pick it up. And that was Blakeman off the chest, out of bounds. Dangerous ball inside the defensive quadrant for the Tigers. Klotz settles it, and he's going to get a little physical there. Referee says hold on. He's going to bring that back. Great finish from Logan Klotz, the 8th grader for Pope John Paul. The lone goal scorer tonight for either team. Christian Burgoyne drops the ball off to Dylan Groh. McClellan, a couple of moves, nicely done. Looks up the line, gets it back now. And now Slidell gets kind of tangled up. There's too many players together there, and that's kind of been the case tonight. McClellan shoulders Katura. And then finally, the defensive captain for Pope takes the ball, but Slidell gets it right back. Out of bounds. And we're going to have what appeared to be a foul of some sort. Back in the Pope John Paul territory. Arata with the kick. Nice turn from the Tigers. And here they come. Barbo. He's got room. Going to lay it off to Groh. Groh's going to center it. And that's really a half-hearted effort. No problem for Connor Mellerin. Mellerin kicks it up past half field. It's chested down by Logan Klotz. And the Tigers come up with the ball. Unlucky pass there from Oval Garcia. He gets overrun, but the Tigers stay with it. And Barbeau takes a shot from distance with that left foot. And that, folks, is exactly what the Tigers are going to have to do to climb back in this game tonight. It's been a pretty hard-fought battle as you see Mellerin go back to get another couple of soccer balls from behind the net. A little bit of a breeze tonight. The weather is, it's got to be in the upper 50s. Not too chilly, but definitely sweater weather. A lot of fans out here to see this one. This has been a pretty good match. 1-0 is the score, and that just proves that this has been a defensive battle. And that ball kicked directly out of bounds from Arata off the goal kick. And we're going to have Christian Burgoyne to throw, and he's going to lay that off for Irvin Luna, who backs it up. Here comes Blakeman, and that's good defense from Jose Lara. Been pretty active tonight for the Tigers. We're halfway through the second half. 1-0 the score. Pope John Paul Jaguars on a quick counterattack took the lead after an entire first half was scoreless. Both teams playing a lot of really solid defense. Here comes McClellan on the run, catches that pass in stride, and then just the defense of Pope John Paul, too much. McClellan might have kept that ball a step or two too long, and Pope to reset. In the center of the field is John Leonard. Blakeman chests it down. to himself, gets the ball back. We got a foot race with Klotz and Cooper comes up with the ball. Well done. Klotz wins it back. Blakeman squares up, can't find anybody. And that is a deflected ball. Jose Lara tries to clear it. Hits the defender in front of him. And the Tigers get lucky, but I think there was the Tigers got lucky there. Parker Autry awaits another substitution. He's going to take the goal kick now. A low kick to Burgoyne. Klotz immediately takes the ball, and here he goes. Splits defenders. Wide open goal, 1v1. He's going to slot that every time. And Logan Klotz is the real deal, folks. He's letting you know why he's the leading scorer for this Jaguar squad as he puts 2 on the Tigers tonight. He's got a brace. McClellan to Barbo. Sends it back to Zamora, who's back in the game now after being booked with a yellow card. Burgoyne. Barbo again, nice move around Brendan Cappy. He tries to go through a couple of players. Out of bounds, Tiger throw in. And now it's 2-0. And the urgency really has to be an issue. They've got to start pushing forward, the Slidell Tigers, to get back in the game. I heard some of the fans for the Tigers say, push up. And they are right. Smart fans out there in Slidell. They know that the Tigers need to both create space and take some shots, and they just haven't done it tonight. Logan Klotz, 2 nice goals. Second one really just found his way between all the defenders, and it was Autry v. Klotz. Tyler Blakeman going to leave the ball. It's good defense again. Just solid defense from the Jaguars has been the story of the night. Devin Borner upfield looking for Blakeman. Jose Lara with the slide to shut it down. Jose's had a great game tonight. Klotz taking off the ball by Garcia. Slidell tries to get something going offensively. It's a good run. Looking for Evan Barbo with the through ball, can't do it. And again, you see so many Slidell Tigers bunched together. Need to spread out a little bit. Garcia gets taken off the ball, wins it back. And that is when Zamora. McClellan, and that's a foul. McClellan pushes like Cade Dixon over there in the far side of the field. Just can't do that. Klotz. Jose Lara blocks that with his chest. Klotz stays with it. Blakeman gets taken off the ball by Irvin. Jaguars win it right back with Devin Borner. And Chris Cooper wins that battle. Nice move from McClellan. He's got room to run. looking for Barbeau, and it's cut out. Zamora. Slidell Tigers working it up that far sideline. McClellan, just too much defense from Nguyen. Laura. Evan Barbeau tries to get around Brendan Cappy. And we've got another substitution as Jose Lara stands there waiting for the Tigers. Irvin Luna going to take a break. And in comes Isaac Olgwin. Good ball from Barbeau. Splits defenders and takes a shot. Just if he could get that down a couple of feet. He's got a good left foot. And again, Connor Mellor in no hurry for the Jaguars to get this ball back in play. His team up 2-0 in the 27th minute now of the match. There is no rush for Pope John Paul to put the soccer ball back on the pitch and in play. Andrew Arata with the goal kick, as he's done all night long. Arata, deep ball. Tigers win it briefly, and then it's cleared forward again by the Jaguars. Good ball from Chris Cooper. Up the line to Zamora. Zamora then finds Mason Corwin. Corwin making a deep run up the left sideline, centers it, knocked down by McClellan. And there's a block shot into the waiting arms of Mellorin. So the Tigers are breaking out of their shell a little bit, but just can't seem to put the ball on frame like they need to come up with a victory or even a score. Zamora tangled up with Grisafa. And here come the Jaguars on a counter. Well defended from the Tigers. Jaguars earn another throw in. Out of bounds again. We're going Tiger way now. Laura. He's got room, but Logan Klotz tried to shut him down and came pretty close. Isaac Olgwin back to Laura. Going to send that ball up, and it's stopped by the Jaguar defensive captain. Klotz can't hold on to that one. Barbeau backs it up. Zamora, McClellan. He's got to run. He keeps slipping, does McClellan tonight. Zamora puts it back in the box. No problem for the Jaguars. And John Leonard. Zamora and Borner tangle up. Eventually the ball won by Leonard. Tigers reset. That's a poor square. And now Logan Klotz stays with it. Jose Lara finally disrupts the play, as Logan Klotz was when back and forth through some of the Tiger players on defense. This is a throw in from Blakeman. Klotz centers it. Tigers come up with the ball. Nice give and go. Cut off by Zamora, who makes a turn. Klotz and Zamora square off. Klotz wins the ball. And the Jaguars earn another free kick. Nicely played into the box. Slidell Tigers need to get on the board and quick. We're in the 32nd minute. Not the 32nd, the 72nd minute of the second half. Under 10 to play. Score 2-0. Pope John Paul Jaguars off the foot of Logan Klotz are in control. There's some of the fans come out to see the match. Brendan Cappy going to leave the ball. It's going to be a kick given to Cade Dixon. Pardon me, check that, Andrew Arata. Andrew has been pretty strong for the Jaguars all night long. Nicely delivered, punched out by Parker Autry. And that's going to be a whistle. Smart play from Autry to come off his line and punch that ball out. He got obstructed by a Pope John Paul player and wins a free kick himself. That ball goes through midfield, and Arata turns it. Zamora. Roberson. Zamora gets it back. That's a good ball. And nobody there. Zamora tried to get it back. Arata runs it down. And we're going to have a throw in. Cappy. Again, not in a hurry. No reason to be. Cappy takes his time, throws it in. The ball cut off. Zamora to McClellan, step over. Runs around Coutura. Coutura gets help from Nguyen. Roberson stays with it. And there's a goal. Nope. Sorry about that, folks. That was not a goal. It was close. It was side netting. A little bit of an optical illusion from up here in the press box. Roberson with a pretty good opportunity. He had McClellan if he chose to back it up a bit. Jaguars come out of that exchange unscathed as Arata sends it up. Zamora. Zamora has done some really, really nice work for the Tigers tonight. This is a pretty good run from Mason Corwin. Again, Mason with some speed up that left side. He's going to chip it. Nobody there. Somebody's got to be there at the back post for the Tigers to take advantage of that. That is the second run that Mason Corwin has given the Tigers a little bit of life there towards the end of this match, and just nobody there making the run. 76th minute. Under 5 to play now in regulation. Logan Klotz gets the ball in stride, and that's good defense from Cooper. The ball dribbles out dangerously into the box off the hands of Parker Autry. The Tigers come up with it, and Zamora sends it up the line again to Mason Corwin. Barbeau, nice move, stays with it. Gonna lay it off for Corwin. Corwin centers. A little too deep, nobody there. McClellan tried to get to it, and the Jaguars clean it up. Quick throw in from Slidell. Zamora. Nguyen cuts it off. Roberson back to Zamora. Corwin. Barbeau wide open. Nice move. Uses his right foot, and it's punched out by Connor Mellerin. Crazy good play from Mellerin as Evan Barbeau put his right foot into it. Mellerin had to dive across the goal to punch that out. Well done to keep a clean sheet tonight for his Jaguars. Zamora, Roberson, back to Zamora, and it's cut off. But that was a really good play from Barbeau, first of all, to cut it back inside, use his right foot. And then Mellerin again. Mellerin loses it. Wow, Nguyen stays with it. And just like that, Evan Barbeau gets the goal that he was denied moments ago. And folks, we got a match now. It's 2-1 off the foot of Evan Barbeau after a mishandled ball from Connor Mellerin. Nguyen looked like he had it deflected, but Evan Barbeau with the cleanup and the goal. 2-1 now. And we're in the 78th minute now of the match. Can the Slidell Tigers pull up an unbelievable tie, get another goal? Logan Klotz is going to take this one himself, send it over to Blakeman. Laura, nice move. Going to send it up. Here comes Corwin. Step over, can't handle the Jaguar defense. Klotz now. And Zamora. Blakeman. Zamora, good ball. Nice distribution to Barbeau. And now we have a real match going. Slidell can sense that they have some life left. They just need to put together a few passes, and it could be 2-2 real quick. Again, Jaguars lead this one 2-1. Waning moments of the second half of the match. There's your Slidell goal scorer. Wow, Nguyen sends it away off the foot of Barbeau. And Slidell has really come up big offensively, but it might be too little too late. We will have to see. Again, no urgency from the Jaguar squad to get the ball back in play. We're in the 40th minute, according to my stopwatch, of regulation. We might have a couple minutes of stoppage time. We'll have to see. Not a lot of stops in the second half, so the Tigers really need to do something now if they're going to get it done. Klotz quickly throws it in. Blakeman gets it himself. There's three defenders back there. And Blakeman just comes in feet first, gets the call. Slidell Tigers don't have a lot of time. McClellan tries to head it back over to Barbeau. Klotz settles. Here comes Corwin. This could be it for the Tigers. They've got a lot of players up front. Tigers going to reset to Zamora. And that's just a poor pass. And Klotz, again, just misses. Hits the side netting. The ball kind of spun around. And Klotz could have had the hat trick had that gone in. lucky for the Tigers. Parker Autry with the goal kick. Not a lot of time at all left now as the Jaguars try to keep the Tigers from equalizing. Unable to keep the clean sheet tonight. Here comes Barbeau, the goal scorer. He's got some wheels, and he gets tangled up. Referee calls advantage. Laura. Just good defense from Arata. Deflection. Jaguars send it out. Here comes Zamora. Last minute heroics are what it's going to take. And we're going to have a Slidell Tiger throw. No, we're not. It's going to be a Pope John Paul throw in. Cappy up the line. This game is almost over. Got real exciting here towards the end, though, I got to tell you. When the Tigers were able to pull off the score. Laura. And that is the match, folks, from Slidell LV McGinty Stadium. The Tigers lose tonight to Pope John Paul. The score 2-1. I'd like to send our thank yous out to everyone who helped bring you this match, starting with our superintendent of St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, Mr. Trey Foles, our director of broadcasting at Channel 13, Dr. Melanie Swang, our cameraman out there tonight, Grant Yenny. I'm Rhett Sharp. Hope you've enjoyed this game as much as I have. We'll see you next time in the Prep Zone.